Guys, welcome to another episode of The Pulse. It's actually kind of amazing to be talking to somebody who's been doing this for this long and still is in his 30s. Bow Wow joins us on The Pulse. How are you?
What's going on? What's up, Bill? How you doing?
Does that ever sound weird to you when you've got a 30-year career and haven't hit 40?
It sounds crazy. It definitely messes with folks. The fact that when you say 30 years in the game, 25 plus years of doing it, it just reads as a blessing because not too many people get a chance to even last a full year in this game. Where they do get a year, and then the next year, it's pretty much over. Or you might just be a one-hit wonder. So for me to still be here doing what I'm doing and at the rate that I'm doing it, it's amazing.
Walk us back a little bit. You got kind of into the industry or discovered at 6?
Yeah, 6. So my hometown of Columbus, Ohio. Snoop and Dr. Dre had one of the biggest hip hop tours at the time in the early 90s. They came, the Chronic Tour. And I remember my mom actually taking me. It's crazy. My mom is taking a 6-year-old kid to a Dr. Dre and Snoop concert. But that's how it happened. I end up, getting brought up on the stage and I started rapping. And the next thing you know, they were like, yo, who's out there? Like, who's there? It's a kid on stage. And then I remember them bringing me backstage. I met Snoop and Dre. We took this famous, iconic picture, which I have on my phone right now. I will never delete it. But never delete it. It might be like the first photo I ever really took in my life. And it happened in my hometown of Columbus, Ohio. And then from that day forward, it was over. I went on the road with Snoop and never looked back.
So even at 6, you were up on stage rapping. So you knew even then that it was something you wanted to do?
Yeah, well, actually, I started out with wanting to be a comedian. Like my mom bought me like the little Fisher-Price microphone set. And I would just imitate everything. And I wanted to do comedy at first, but once I got on that stage and they started throwing money on the stage, mom was like, we'll go ahead and put that comedy thing behind us. And we're going to stick to this right here. This right here going to take us somewhere. And she went wrong.
Ending up on stage on the Chronic Tour would have been intimidating to most people significantly older than you. And even then, it didn't really faze you.
It didn't faze me at all. It was almost like I was born for it. It was like I was ready for it. You look at life sometimes, you look at certain people and you like, that person just he has it, she has it. And I feel like that was me, to be 5 years old, putting words together that fast, being able to rap, recite lyrics that was actually written for me, to be able to rap in the pockets and the keys that I was able to do it. It was something that it never been done or never been heard of. You know what I'm saying? And usually with kid artists, they sit you on the label and let you mature your voice. They let you become your own. With me, I was ready to go. Like, it was no artist development with me. It was write his lyrics. He's going to do it just like how we lay it down. And that's that.
So that was kind of the discovery. I mean, you were still 12, 13, 14 and having top 10 albums coming out.
Yeah. I mean, that's all due to Jermaine Dupri at that time. We talking about one of the best one of the best songwriters of our time. And, his success with Criss Cross, his success with Usher, his success with so many young talented artists, it was almost like a why not? It was going to be a hit. And once I got with Jermaine, it was game over. He knew it. Like, I know what to give him. I know what records he needs. I know the angle. I know the audience. Like, he knew everything. All I had to do was just listen to the teacher and execute the plan. And from there, it was on. So from there, you got, my first album, which now is at 4 million. I think it certified 4 million last year. The second album went crazy.
With millions on these huge tours, you were a kid. So what was that like as you kind of transitioned to I want this to I got this?
That's a good question. You know you can do it and you're capable of doing it, but you don't know because you haven't done it yet. It plays in your mind. So when I would probably say, when I did Madison Square Garden, when I sold out the Garden like 6 times, that's when I said, okay, I'm here now. It's mine.
You're an adult now. So I talked to some of the guys from New Edition. Obviously, really early success. Like, they're doing Candy Girl and things like that when they were about your age, if not a little bit younger. And there are grown women waiting in the hotels for them and all of the things going on. And they talk now about how, kind of looking back, it's like, I was a kid and all this stuff was going on. But that was all you knew. They said they really weren't prepared to handle it. You just had to because it was kind of life. Was that your experience too?
Nah, for me, I knew how to handle it because fortunate enough for me, I had a chance to watch a Snoop Dogg. I had a chance to watch the cats, come before me, lay down the foundation for me. So I just followed the blueprint. I got a chance to watch how Jermaine Dupri moved. Got a chance to watch Snoop and get the knowledge in the game from them. The fan base is 95% women. So I'm gonna let you know this: how you handle yourself, the do's, the don'ts, the ins and outs. I was coached. Like, they let me know. And also my mom played a very big part in that. Me having my mom in my life and her being my manager early on. You know how moms is, especially black mamas. They don't play the radio.
Yeah.
So, I was raised pretty well. And for me, I'm like, when you love something, you ain't gonna do nothing to jeopardize it. You know what I mean? I love what I do. I love acting. I love running my companies. I love making music. I love touring. And I love being able to chime in and talk with cats like you. And I know that wouldn't be possible if I was out here messing up or tarnishing my name or my legacy. So for me, I love what I do. So I would never put myself in a situation, or even in position to mess that up.
All of that success, you're doing tours, you're selling out Madison Square Garden, you're still young, you're still doing music, and that wasn't enough. So we're also going to do movies and acting and everything else.
I want it all, man. For me, I always had this. I was always fearful of being one of those artists that, like a fly-by artist, like I was here today, gone tomorrow. Me being one dimensional at the time, I knew that it could happen to me too. So when the acting thing hit, I jumped on it quick. Like, excuse me, like, we got to do this now. Like, why not take this opportunity and do this simultaneously with the music? And it just worked. Like Mike was the first gig that we had, and it became such a success. And I'm like, okay, well, if the first one's gonna be big, if this hits, we got a career in this lane too. So when the rapping and the music slows down, we'll still be rocking and rolling over here. Then from that, it didn't stop. What else can I add on to this? Then it became businessman mogul. Then that's when I started doing my restaurant, Prime, out here in Atlanta. We have 3 locations now in Atlanta. And then, the men's accessory hairline that I have with Red by Kiss. So, and I credit all that just to the cats that came before me, guys like Hove, you know what I'm saying, cats that do it all, do everything. You know what I mean? And you got guys like Ice-T, you got guys like Will Smith, you got so many cats that I call them triple threats. It ain't nothing they can't do. You know what I mean? And I always wanted that for myself to sustain this longevity.
Up next, Bow Wow may make acting look easy, but trust me, it wasn't.
That was the hardest acting job of my life. Just because of the lingo, the verbiage, it was tough. And then now I'm going one-on-one with Patricia Arquette. Yeah, the roles get harder as you get older, for sure. For sure, depending on what it is that you're looking for. And I know because they have gotten harder, from doing movies like Mike to now having to go one-on-one with Forrest Whitaker, an Oscar Award winner, to then, like, if that wasn't hard enough, then here I am doing CSI, which to me is like the Harvard law of acting. That was the hardest acting job of my life. Just because of the lingo, the verbiage, it was tough. And then now I'm going one-on-one with Patricia Arquette, another Oscar Award winner who I actually had the chance to watch her win her Oscar as we was filming CSI. So, of course, but I'm always up for the challenge. Like, I love it because that lets me know, nah, you one of them. Like, you supposed to be here and you can go toe-to-toe with anybody. And that's how I really feel. It's always a what's next? What can I do now? It's got to be bigger than the last one. Like, even with the Millennium Tour, we've done 3 of them already. What's going to make this one different? How can we, I don't know. We got to come up with something crazy. But it's always about outdoing what I've done. Always.
Do you think that you were part of that group that kind of opened those doors? You mentioned CSI. You got people like LL doing NCIS. You got Ice-T on Forever, on the SVU, and those types of things. Was it part of kind of opening those doors that previously hadn't been open?
For you to see somebody do that, it definitely encourages you and inspires you to want to do the same. Yeah. Everybody doesn't have that acting bug. I'm telling you, it's hard for a lot of people to convert. Acting is hard for some people. It's one of them skills that you either got it or you don't. Like Mike, how that movie came about, it came because of the music. There's like this kid, he's the biggest rapper in the world right now. He's always incorporating basketball in his videos. We got to go see this kid. Can he really play? And that's what it was. I went one-on-one with the director. Next thing you know, I got the role. I didn't have to audition for Like Mike. I definitely credit the guys that came before me because, if no one jumped out there first to do it, then how will we even continue to do it? You know what I mean? So I definitely credit guys like Ice Cube. That's why I always say Will, Ice Cube, Ice-T, Common even. Like, it's a lot of us. I wouldn't say I'm a part of the startup club. I would say that's more of a Will and Ice Cube and Ice-T. I would put those 3
Yeah.
as like the rappers who really opened it up. And then I would say I'm a part of the inspired class that continue that's keeping the flame lit. So you got myself, you got Common, you got guys like T.I. that's done some work. Justin Timberlake has done some good work. I would say I'm a part of that second tier of rappers turned actors because they were the first to lay it down and make it possible.
You mentioned the Millennium Tour. You've done them before and set the bar so high that you decide to do it again. You got to go out there and get everybody. And so you'll be in Philadelphia. It's March 14th at the Liacouras Center, 2025 version of the Millennium Tour. How did this come together, and what should we expect?
We took a year off. We did back-to-back Millenniums, and I wanted to take some time off, rest, and get in the studio, make some music, and get inspired again. And me and Chris Brown are about to drop a record here shortly, and I just started feeling it again. And then, I'm really good friends with Gary, who's part of the BPC, and he was like, I think we're gonna rev it up again. I'm like, you can't be serious. Are you serious? He's like, yeah, we're gonna rev it up again. I'm like, all right, well, it makes sense. We got the new record on the way, and let's make it happen. I said, well, what we talk about? Like, what artists? What are you thinking? And we'll throw names out there, and then for me, that's when I do what I do. I get on the phone, and I make my calls directly to these artists and let them know, like, yo, I want you a part of this. I think, what I mean? It'll be dope. It'd be dope to dance with you. I never toured with you before. And some cats I have toured with them, but it's been just so long. So you got myself, of course, at the top, me, Trey Songz, Marion, Rick Ross, Plies, Lil Boosie. I mean, it's just we giving you everything from R&B to hip hop. I mean, just expect a lot of high energy. And I've been covering the Philly, rocking Philly for so long. I ain't even got to tell them, Bill, about what I'm going to do when I hit the stage. Philly know what I'm about. Philly know what I'm going to do. So I can't wait.
So it's still fun.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I put my all into my set, to my shows, the fans. I love it. I really do it for the people. The excitement, the enjoyment that they get, the joy that they feel when I'm on stage rapping their favorite records and, reciting the words back to me. I mean, that's like the best feeling right there. The traveling is cool that come with it, but for me, it's the people. I do it for the people.
Coming up next, his advice on how to avoid the drama that so many industry youngsters face.
We need more OGs. We need more big homies that can, steer these young brothers in the right way. And fortunate enough, I was one of the ones that got steered in the right way. So
any misstep is also public. So is that part of it a challenge when you've been doing it since you were 6?
Oh, yeah, because you want to be mindful of everything, and especially now with phones and everything that's going on, and I'm always keeping that in mind. I even tell that to my guys, like all my friends, and like they know, what I mean? And they're watching me as I'm watching myself. Like I said, I love what I do, so we never want to do anything to jeopardize what we love. So I'm always thinking before I'm doing things. I credit all that to the people that taught me the game. What I mean? Like I said, I think that's what's really missing in hip hop is we need more of that. We need more OGs. We need more big homies that can, steer these young brothers in the right way. And fortunate enough, I was one of the ones that got steered in the right way. So, like I said, when you gotta, it's different having a black mama. mama ain't playing that. You ain't about to mess this up. So, what I mean? Just all that good love right there. That's what's been able to keep me going, keep me grounded, keep my head on my shoulders, and keep it pushing.
Is that why you did something like Growing Up Hip Hop? Like that's inviting people into your life even deeper. That leads to questions you have to answer. But, so as close to real as anybody is going to get, why do something like that?
Yeah, for me, I mean, it's all entertainment instead of going live, which a lot of cats do. And, anytime you get on these apps and you go live and you stream live, you are welcoming the world into your home, straight up. So for me, I'm like, I might as well get a check from it. And I get the executive producer, and I never got a chance to EP a project. So for me, I was on board. And then, I think everybody gets a taste of reality every now and then in whatever form it is. If you have your own stream, if you have your own live, even if you have your own reality TV show, it's a gift and a curse. Like you said, the gift is you on TV, everybody get to see you. The curse is you are opening up your personal life and personal things to the world for you to be judged and for them to have opinions on, on the things that you're actually doing. So for me, would I do it again? No. But was it fun when I did it? I'm glad to say that I tried it, but it wasn't for me.
Right. I did it. Now it's over. Let's move on to the next thing. I was just on your social media. I saw the Prime Express opening up. So tell us what's going on with that entrepreneur step. You got 3 of them now?
Yeah, so we got 3 primes going. If you haven't visited Atlanta, when you do come, make sure you stop and come visit us. It's called Prime on Peachtree. That's our fine dining. That's our restaurant. So not only just that, but then we have Prime Cigar, which is connected, which is more of your lounge, more of your club style, but still grown, still sophisticated. And we like to call it, it's the playground for professionals. And Prime Express is our new addition to the Prime family, and that will be more of your fast grab type of food, but still on the top level, top shelf side. And we have one more that we're gonna do. We're gonna do a soul food one, and then we're gonna see what goes from there.
Coming up, how Bow Wow uses his 30 years of success for good.
Being able to reach out to 5 million people at one click, I mean, it's definitely important that I use it for the right way.
So the Millennium Tour, it is going on. It's going to all the cities. So whether you're watching on Fox Local, Fox 29, or Fox Soul nationally, make sure you check it out. All of them will be in your city. Make sure you get your tickets. It's going to be a great show. You said you got more albums coming out, records coming out with Chris Brown.
I'm really excited for people to hear that. And it's time. And the ladies, they need some feel-good music. You know what I'm saying? So they know what I'm about. This is going to be one of the ones that's going to take us through the spring and the summer. So I'm excited.
So I ask everybody as the last question, what does use your voice for good mean to you?
It means a lot. That's something that I can just stand on. It feels like it comes with a lot of responsibility. And it definitely means a lot because especially in the room that I'm in and having a microphone and having a voice and being able to reach out to 5 million people at one click, I mean, it's definitely important that I use it for the right way. And that's why I said it brings me back to the last question you asked me about touring. When I'm able to sing a lyric or get that person through that breakup when they hear that record. I'm using my talent to get you to tap into in a different way. I want you to feel good. So it's always about using your voice and your power in the positive light, more or less in the negative light. So for me, it means everything. And I'm going to continue to stand on that. I'm going to continue to use my voice when I can, when the opportunity is there. I know I've always used it, not even just through music, but just, we did this Walk Across America campaign where we literally walked across like the Brooklyn Bridge and in different cities for when Obama was running for office. So I've always tried to find ways to use my power in the right way. And I'll always do that. And I owe that to my community. I owe that to my people. And I'm always going to be there to use my voice for the right light. Always.
Guys, thanks so much for watching today's episode of The Pulse with Bow Wow. I can't believe this guy's been doing it for 30 years, from like little Bow Wow to Bow Wow, and still not 40 years old with music and movies and hosting and what have you. I hope you enjoyed it. I absolutely did. You can hear the entire unedited interview, all places where podcasts are available. Just go on over there and download it. Also, download the Fox Local app. All of our shows are there on demand at your fingertips. And you can hit me up on social at Bill A. Fox 29. I always love hearing from you. Coming soon on an upcoming episode of The Pulse, actor, comedian Kim Whitley.
Can we talk about your eyebrows? See, this is the thickest, nicest. Women want those eyebrows. And I apologize to go off the rails, but as you get older, you lose some hair follicles. If I had your eyebrows on my face right now, I'd be 35. Okay, go back to your question. Eyebrows, the skin tone, the brains, you are doing it. Am I gonna get a copy of this? Because I gotta post this. This is fantastic.
And I leave you today, as I always do, reminding you whenever you can, use your voice for good and have a good one.